Surf Monkey Coconut coming back at you with another Green Thumb series on how to grow stuff. So in this series we're going to cover how to grow tobacco. For part 1 we're going to cover how to sow your tobacco seeds, and we'll be using our Havana tobacco seeds and our Seedling starter trays, both of which are available in our eBay auctions, link provided in the under video area. Our 500 count Havana seeds come with a 6-page how to grow tobacco booklet. We won't go into all the detail covered by the book in this video. This video is actually intended to be a supplement to clarify some of the more common questions that we get. First off, if you are growing more than one type of tobacco on the same growing site, it should be noted that any tobacco varieties will cross-pollinate rather easily. So in order to maintain genetic integrity of future varieties, you'll need to separate your crops by at least 1 mile or allow only one type of variety to go to seed. But we'll cover topping off your plants in a separate video. For now, we have our 500 count Havana tobacco seeds, and they come in a fresh seal packet that will protect your seeds from humidity and moisture during shipment. So the first thing we want to do is get a white piece of paper and snip off a corner of this fresh seal packet. And what we'll do is we'll spread these seeds out onto this piece of paper. And that's actually a lot more than we'll need for our 6-celled starter tray. I've also prepared a seedling starter tray. Not this one, but a different one that already has some growing medium in it. And what we use is a Miracle Gro moisture control potting soil, which is a specific brand of Miracle Gro. And we've had the most success with Miracle Gro soil. It seems to have the perfect amount of peat, compost, perlite, and fertilizer. And as advertised, it really does hold the perfect amount of moisture for starting vegetable or tobacco seeds. On the other hand, some people do use these peat pots that kind of rise when you add water. But really this is just peat, and it doesn't have enough nutrients available, or it doesn't have any fertilizer at all beyond just peat. And it's kind of a sterile medium, and you can use it, but we've had the most success with our Miracle Gro potting soil. So there's, in my recommendation is to use this. And later on, when you get to the repotting stage, these really squeeze out easy, and you have these nice little root plugs that you can stick into a larger pot. So here we are with our seeds and our potting soil ready. So what I like to do is tap my finger down really lightly, and we're going to just spread about 8 to 10 seeds per tray and try to aim for the very middle. I don't know if you can catch that detail, but I'm really scattering it right on the surface. We're not going to bury these seeds to any depth into the soil. It's just going to ride right on the top. So I'm going to spray them lightly with some just plain old regular water. Try not to this will help to embed the seeds into the soil a little, but we won't try to spray it so hard where the seeds start moving and going off to the corners of the seed tray again. Obviously, commercial tobacco growers have their own methods, but they're growing on the large scale, where it's not affordable to do this for every one of their plants. But for our case, since we're growing at home, we can give the seeds the attentions that it really needs and to optimize its growth. And with these techniques that are explained in the instruction booklet, you should be able to see some good germination within at least 3 to 4 days. So what we're going to do now is simulate ground cover. Since the seeds actually are not covered in ground, we're going to simulate ground cover by blocking out sunlight by using some aluminum foil. I forgot to mention that this seed tray, is just a. This is actually a mushroom tray that we got from the grocery store, but I've also noticed that tofu trays or any type of other cheap plastic trays that come with other food items at your grocery store will work for these trays. All you need is a reservoir, and I filled it up with a little bit of water. What it's doing is it's providing water through the bottom of the seed trays through these holes, and it'll promote root growth because the moisture is actually coming from the bottom. But to germinate it, we're going to cover it with aluminum foil to block sunlight out, and we're going to put this in a warm area. We have a water heater that's actually in a closet. I like to put this on top of the water heater and close the door, and then it maintains a good 75 degrees in there which is perfect for germination for seeds. If you don't have a water heater closet, I would just put it right on the water heater. You know, there's a little bit of radiant heat that comes from the top of the water heater that will warm up the tray and essentially create like a little mini greenhouse for this. We already have some germinated seeds that I did sow about 3.5 days ago. So we're going to take a peek at this and see how well they've done. Oh yes, and as you can see, there's one really big one, right? Oh, there's two little big ones. And each of these have little sproutlings of tobacco seeds. And actually, this is the perfect stage to bring it out and start exposing your tray to light. Let me disconnect the camera here from its tripod. Okay, so if the camera will focus, you can see that they do germinate at different rates. It really depends on the microclimate of each cell. I know it's like really technical at that point. I mean, you know, in general, all these cells are getting the same amount of heat and whatnot, but you know, there might be a little bit more heat on this corner where these prompted these guys to grow a little more, and maybe they're hardier seeds than the rest. But you can also see in the other trays, there's very small sproutlings. They almost look like little mushrooms, but no, those are actually tobacco stalks that are beginning to come out. And I can see that this camera is not focusing very well. But you know that when you get to this stage, when you see a little bit of the cotyledons on the top, the first true leaves, that these are ready. And you'll also see some of the other seeds that have like a little bit of fuzziness around them. That's actually the root hairs trying to grow out. That pretty much covers sowing. Your seeds are sowed, and basically take them out of their darkness. Stick a name tag on them. Put them in the window, and that would be it for the next week or so. Remember, keep your seeds watered. Keep your soil moist. And water from the bottom of the tray. If you have like a little watering can, water through this gap here. And we'll see you in about a week and a half from today.